Coco makes the cover of Vogue, Simona is back, Fritz leaves Nike, Serena and Maria reunite, and Novak returns to the desert after 5 years. Plus, we're previewing the first night session at the BNP Paribas Open. We've got a lot to cover. The break starts now. Hey everyone, I'm Charles Conley. You're watching The Break. We're in the middle of day one action at Indian Wells, but before we get to those must-see matches, let's get you caught up on the biggest headlines from off the court. I've got 8 stories to run through. Let's see if I can do this in under a minute. Start the clock. Coco Gauff graces the cover of Vogue for their April issue. This set of photos shot by Annie Leibovitz was paired with a feature written by Abby Aguirre, in which Coco reflects on her US Open win and the inspiration she gained from the Williams sisters. Simona Halep's 4-year doping ban was reduced to 9 months by the Court of Arbitration for Sport, and after having been away from the game since October of 2022, that means she's eligible to compete immediately. She argued that one of her supplements had been contaminated with a banned substance roxadustat, meaning she never intentionally took the drug. CAS upheld Halep's appeal. This 2-page summary explains their decision with a more in-depth report coming soon. LaCoste held their Fall-Winter 2024 show on Court Philippe Chatrier at Roland Garros. Overseeing the line was newly minted creative director Pelagia Colatoros, who's worked on Beyoncé's Ivy Park in the past. When asked about LaCoste, she said, "We want to own tennis." Speaking of big fashion moves, 12th-ranked Taylor Fritz ditched Nike for Boss as his clothing sponsor. He appeared in an all-black Boss look at the practice courts in the desert. The German brand has largely been affiliated with Italian Matteo Berrettini, but the top-ranked American may help the brand gain more visibility in the States. Serena Williams and Maria Sharapova reunited at the Valentino show during Paris Fashion Week. Can anyone watching read lips? Because I'd love to know what this conversation was about. Novak Djokovic is back at Indian Wells for the first time since 2019. He shared these posts on X commemorating the return. If he were to win his 6th Indian Wells trophy this year, he'd break the tie with Federer for the most wins in the desert. Rafael Nadal's son stole the show at the Netflix slam in Las Vegas between Nadal and Alcaraz. Dad may have lost the match, but Rafa Jr. left Vegas as the real winner here. What would you call that grip? Extreme Western? And finally, did everyone see this Novak Djokovic-Katy Perry crossover? The two met at the Upfront Summit in LA this week. Again, please, can anyone read lips? Woo! That was a lot. And all in under a minute. I'm just kidding. This watch is broken. Well, my watch may not work, but tonight's lineup at Indian Wells definitely works for me. Here are the Wednesday matches you don't want to miss. Venus Williams will face qualifier Nao Habino at 6 p.m. Pacific time. This is Venus's first match in over 6 months. We'll see if she can get through Habino, who's already played 17 matches this year. After that, American JJ Wolf will take on qualifier Thiago Seyboth-Wild of Brazil. JJ is looking for his first win in 2024 after 3 losses to start the season. And closing out the night session on Stadium 2, a pair of wildcards face off as Paula Badosa plays American Ashlyn Kruger. The Spaniard won this event in 2021, but injuries have prevented her from staying at the top of the game. Her 19-year-old opponent reached a career-high ranking last month. We'll see if she can get a win over the former world number 2. Remember, you can watch all the live action from Indian Wells on Tennis Channel beginning at 10 a.m. Pacific time with TC Live. See you tomorrow.